It's 5 o'clock on the winter solstice, December 21st, 2020. My name is Victor. I am speaking to you from the chapel at Calvary Presbyterian Church, where we will sing in the longest night of the year. Usually, I'm joined by about 70 of you, along with soloists and sometimes a choir, sometimes string players. We've really gotten to have our own little community on the longest night every year. I miss you. I'm here alone because I have no mask on. I just took it off. I wore it until now. And I'm going to sing. I feel a little strange doing that alone. I hope you will sing with me. Please take a deep breath. Release it with a sigh. Breathe in all of 2020. And breathe out grace, forgiveness. Breathe in all the losses and frustrations. And breathe out God's peace. It is night after a long day. What is done is done. What is not done is not done. Let it be. It is night after a long year. What is done is done. What is not done is not done. Let 2020 be. And let this night be for stillness. Let us be still and open our hearts to God. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lowly exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, desire of nations, bind the peoples in one heart and mind. Bid envy, strife, and discord cease. Fill the whole world with heaven's peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. I suppose if this service has a goal in mind, it is that we somehow process our emotions of loss and grief and frustration and disappointment, all those things, that we do it together, that we do it in front of God intentionally, and that we move to a place of resilience. There is a tradition that speaks of resilience and suffering and pain and triumph and how to turn the page. This is a song from the Black church in the United States. Jesus, the light of the world, Your part goes like this. Jesus, the light of the world. Jesus, the light of the world. I think you can handle that. I hope you sing with me.
Jesus The Shortest Day by Susan Cooper, illustrated by Carson Ellis. So the shortest day came, and the year died, and everywhere, down the centuries of the snow-white world, came people singing, dancing to drive the dark away. They lighted candles in the winter trees. They hung their homes with evergreen. They burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. And when the New Year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen. All the long echoes sing the same delight this shortest day as promise wakens in the sleeping land. They carol, feast, give thanks, and dearly love their friends and hope for peace. And so do we, here, now, this year, and every year. Welcome Yule.
A reading from Matthew's Gospel from the 2nd chapter, verses 1 through 8, from the Message. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem village in Judah territory, this was during Herod's kingship, a band of scholars arrived in Jerusalem from the east, and they asked around, "Where can we find and pay homage to the newborn king of the Jews?" "We observed a star in the eastern sky that signaled his birth. We're on a pilgrimage to worship him." When word of their inquiry got to King Herod, he was terrified, and not Herod alone, but most of Jerusalem as well. Herod lost no time. He gathered all the high priests and religious scholars in the city together and asked, "Where is the Messiah supposed to be born?" They told him, "In Bethlehem, in Judah territory. Micah says it plainly. It's you, Bethlehem, and Judah land, no longer bringing up the rear. From you will come the leader who will shepherd rule my people Israel." Herod then arranged a secret meeting with the scholars from the east. Pretending to be as devout as they were, he got them to tell him exactly when the birth announcement star appeared. Then he told them the prophecy about Bethlehem and said, "Go, find this child, leave no stone unturned, and as soon as you find him, send word and I'll join you at once in your worship." Instructed by the king, they set off. Then the star appeared again, the same star they had seen in the eastern sky. It led them on until it hovered over the place of the child. They could hardly contain themselves. They were in the right place. They had arrived at the right time.
The scholarly magi from the east saw the sign of Jesus' birth because they looked up They found their way to God not by consulting roadmaps or looking down at their phones, but by having the audacity to search the sky and follow a star. Today, around 5:40 p.m., something like the Bethlehem star is predicted to appear again, an event the likes of which has not been since the year 1224. Let's promise right now that at the end of this service, we will look up together and search the heavens for this rare planetary convergence. Like Jupiter and Saturn, we are separated by many miles, and we shine when aligned together. Now, sinking into prayer by lighting candles in our homes, listen and watch for God. We listen and watch for God, who somehow communicates to us what cannot be put into words. Every candle, a prayer. The 46th Psalm says, "Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The one who orders the universe is our refuge."
I want to thank you for worshiping tonight with Calvary Presbyterian Church on this longest night of the year. In a few minutes, we'll all be looking up together, and if there's clouds, we'll all kind of curse under our breath together. You are forgiven in advance for that. I hope we can see that star. But it's there even if we can't see it. That's kind of the point of this service. Thank you for being here. Thanks to all of those who put this together, everyone you've heard from in this service. I feel like I wasn't entirely alone. I was imagining you here the whole time. Here's an old Celtic blessing. The stars are above us. The earth is below us. Our friends are all around us. And God's image is deep within us. From everyone here at Calvary, we wish you holiday blessings. If you still have a prayer you feel you need to say with someone, send me an email, victorfloyd@calpres.org. Let me know how to get in